Ladies and gentlemen, I think it might be time for us to start Jameis Winston because at some point we need to see what Jameis is about. We know what Taysom is about. We know what Dalton is about to a certain extent. But we haven't seen Jameis Winston string together, let's say, 10 straight starts without an injury, without something happening. And I think he needs more games so he can establish a flow, right? And the small sample size that we have this year, to me, that's not enough to know for sure if we want to let Jameis go. Because Jameis Winston can also be a serviceable backup quarterback. If all else fails, he could be a serviceable backup quarterback, in my opinion. So tonight, I read something about Dennis Allen is waiting for closer to game time before he announces a starter, right? Part of me understands why. You don't want the enemy. You don't want your opponent to know exactly who you're going to start. So there's a little bit of doubt there about how they are going to prepare for us. So that's great. But the other part, on the flip side of that, I think he does know. Of course, they know exactly who's starting. They have a game plan. This is a professional NFL team. They know who's starting. But I understand why they say we're just gonna wait until game time and make that decision. Part of that, I think, could be him just really not knowing what to do. Like, he wants to give Jameis a chance, but we are a top 5 offense all of a sudden. And we haven't had our 3 guns. We haven't had Olave for a game. And before that, we didn't have Michael Thomas. We didn't have Jarvis Landry. And a couple of games, we didn't have Alvin Kamara. But yet we still somehow, some way, find a way to be a top 5 offensive team. Now, numbers don't lie now. Numbers don't lie. But we know they don't tell the whole truth. I'm looking at the Saints, number 4 in the NFL in offense, but it's not telling the whole story because they base that off of yards per game. They don't really base it off of third down situations. They don't base it off of red zone situations. They don't base it off of that. Explosive plays. They base it off of yardage. So those numbers that I'm seeing, us being a top 5 offense, sure, we are a top 5 offense, but our offense isn't scaring anybody. I don't think our offense scares no one, even though we are top 5. So with that being said, the numbers don't tell the whole story because we're not that great on third down, and we are we are at the bottom of the league as far as third down conversions on offense. With that being said, our defense, number 19. We have a number 19 defense right in the middle of the pack. To me, in my opinion, I think you can become a great team if you have a great offense and a middle of the pack defense because you can string some things together and you can make that work. But the way the Saints look on defense, it's just not. We are no longer, in my opinion, a defensive team. Something shifted earlier this season. Something shifted. We are no longer a team that's going to beat you 19-7. It's going to be in the 20s. We're going to have 20-something points, hopefully, on offense, and we're going to give up 25 points. That's just the way it is. So now we are back to where we used to be, where we needed to outscore everybody. Do y'all remember those days? I'm just not sure if we can do that because Kyler Murray is a scrambling quarterback, and we struggle with scrambling quarterbacks. We struggle with scrambling quarterbacks. I've said it before. Everybody knows this. It's not a secret. And that's what scares me tonight. I think Kyler Murray will have a breakout game. I think he they will force feed DeAndre Hopkins. It's his first game back. He's healthy. He's ready. He's been practicing with the team. So he's a fresh body. It's almost like game one of the season for him, of course. And hopefully, here's what I'm hoping for as a Saint fan. I'm hoping that somebody locks him up, or maybe they have him on some sort of pitch count. But I don't think they have Hopkins on a pitch count. I think Hopkins is a full go, and they're going to force feed this man the ball. So we need to be ready. We can't let Hopkins beat us. I don't mind someone else coming out this week and saying, oh, that guy's good. That's fine. But Hopkins, he cannot beat us. What I saw, what happened with Jamar Chase, that one play, even though he scored, I feel like I was okay with him scoring because it gave us time. We had the ball. We had 2 timeouts. We could have went down, ended the game. Even before that, we could have ended the game because we had the ball with like 4 minutes left, and all we had to do was run the ball. We were running the ball the entire game, but all of a sudden now we can't get 2 first downs, 1 first down. So with that being said, I just hope that somehow, some way we contain Kyler Murray. And if I was Dennis Allen, I would blitz 80%, 90% of the time. I would make Kyler Murray make a decision. Keep him in the pocket. Don't flush him out the pocket. Don't flush him left. Don't flush him right. We've seen too many highlights of this guy throwing DeAndre Hopkins an arid pass that looked arid, but ended up being a touchdown. Can't let that happen today. So, real quick, I think we should blitz more, and I'm serious. If we get beat early, we get beat early, but we need to blitz more. And if we blitz more, we can contain Kyler Murray. All right? We can contain Kyler Murray with the blitz. That's just my opinion. It sounds weird because he is a mobile quarterback, but I think we can contain him if we find a way to get pressure up the gut. Look, we can't depend on DeMario Davis getting us sacks every week. I need for Cam Jordan to stand up. Your last name Jordan, bro. Let's get it. You are a Hall of Famer, but tonight, this is your season. This group of guys that we have together right now, last time we'll see these guys together. Last time. Last year season. This is the last season that we will see our guys together. So Jordan, Cam Jordan, Roach, where you at? Where you at, Davenport? Come on. Pressure. Y'all know Kyler gonna scramble. Come up with a game plan and let's get this thing done. All right. I'll see y'all later.